Wicked Vale. Yeah, I have my auto drum mag shotgun. No Baba Yaga is going to survive a full load of all these shells.
Initial contact was made with the elderly native male at 0700.
Oh, 700! Spores?
Some sort of pollen drifting in here. Flowers.
What did you say? I can't understand you.
Something's wrong. My head is spinning and...
Oh no. It's too late.
Okay. Ой, старушка, бабка,
No,
ёшка,
must be
папа.
dreaming. It isn't real. It can't be.
Разговаривай. Здесь бушка на курьих ножках. Okay, if you played Baldur's Gate 3,
Just keep moving.
remember the hag there? I need to find the ship and tell it bah.
Dad? No, it can't be. No, wait.
She doesn't say no, she says no. Which part of English her accent
Where am
is
I?
from?
How far does this path go? It's not real. Not him. Dad,
Remember
stop,
Max Payne?
please.
Hi!
God, no.
Dark
Got to get out of
Urge,
here.
jump scare.
There is a truth behind it.
I just want to leave, please. No, this isn't.
I remember Scarecrow levels in Batman Arkham. He also visited like his parents being killed. It's pretty cool. What's for dinner? Justice. One thing missing for every Batman child cosplayer is a pair of dead parents.
No, don't do it, please.
Someday. You'll understand.
Who are you?
Come and see.
Комси, комса. Почем комсичка, бабуля? Ты!
That's not possible. It's just a myth.
You're here. I'm sorry, Lara. There is no return. You're
Going to rot out here.
Okay, that's dead end. The game map kind of spoils how that the level is smaller than it looks. Fire! Fire!
Shoot north, off, anchor!
Come on, boys. Dogger Spaniel. I've seen the ice.
No, this. Oh God, don't. This can't.
This doesn't sound like Russian, it sounds like Cthulhu.
Come, your father awaits.
Not real.
What was that animation? It was so horrible. So you can dive, like swan dive here.
Lara! Lara! Can you hear me? Are you there?
Ew, what did you swallow?
I'm here, I think.
What happened? You started coughing, said something about flowers and pollen, and then nothing. I thought the witch had killed you.
I think I was hallucinating. God, I hope I was.
Hallucinating? There is a flower in the valley that can bring on visions, but the effects are too weak.
Any idea what this place is? I see ducks and pipes. Soviet from the looks of it.
It has to be the...
I knew it was a mistake when I threw the drink in his face, but I did it anyway. I thought Minister Dyatlov's shocked look would be worth the loss of funding for my research. I was a fool. The KGB bastards knocked down my door before dawn. 5 years. A work camp. They no longer have the spine to call it what it is. They call it Freedom Station. Liars. It is a gulag. I promised myself I would not let them break me, but I wept for mercy in my first week. I must find a way out. There is a guard. A red-cheeked boy named Ivan. More sweetness than sense. It pains me to use one so guileless as he, but I will not rot here.
outpost the Soviets built to study the ruins. My grandmother was a scholar and they brought her here to help with her research, but that was the last time Grandpa ever saw her. There was only one survivor, an officer who stumbled out a few weeks later. He said the witch made them do things.
Serafima is an obviously religious name. I'm not sure how with such a name she would get like guns and research. Soviet Union was like fanatically atheist. Atheism was the only allowed state religion. Everyone was supposed to pray for the party and Lenin and worship him. They said Lenin was, Lenin is, and Lenin will be. Lara actually finds a mural that says that, though the graphics show a different thing, but they use the same graphic for all the murals. So basically they took the Bible verses and replaced God with Lenin and later Stalin. After the Stalinization it kind of softened down, but they still had like fanatical atheism. If you're if you had priests in your lineage, if one of your ancestors was a priest, good luck getting anywhere in life in Soviet Union. When they said something about class warfare, they meant
Someone's
it.
been in here recently, building on top of the ruins.
What do you see?
Some sort of makeshift distillery. Smells just like the flowers. Shit! Of course! She's refining the pollen, weaponizing it. There's no magic here, Nadia, just someone very clever.
Wait, but if it is just a person, then wouldn't the pollen affect her too?
If she can resist it somehow, then so can we. I've got to bring it lower. Must be a way to break it down.
Boom! Nice. But first I want to check the bottom part. The two categories of people you wouldn't want to have as your ancestors in Soviet Union are the priesthood and the interned. If your grandpa was a war hero who fought at the front lines with Germans and survived a death camp, his ancestors would be cursed. You wouldn't be able to enroll in any university, college, or get a decent job. Even in the 80s, my mother filled the questionnaire. Was any of your ancestors interred? Yup. Soviet Union has to be the only country, well, apart from modern Russia, that considered people who survived being imprisoned by natives as class enemies.
I never held my daughter. They took her from me on the surgeon's table. I tried to fight, but they are many, and I am weary. Then they dragged me away, split our 3 hearts apart. They have taken me to a hidden vale where ancient ruins stand. They tell me if I cooperate, I will see my family again. I will never trust these monsters, but I do not have a better plan. There are curious flowers here. Exposure to the pollen has left my captors rattled, and they will go no further than our little outpost. They brought me here in the hopes that my expertise in botany would help them find a counteragent. At last, the state has a use for me. I nod and smile. I play the part. But they cannot break me again. For my daughter, for Ivan, I will live.
When you might hear that that some parts of views about Soviet Union are stereotypes, and well, yeah, there are stereotypes. In real life it was way worse, much worse.
Ivan, I thought it would be simple. Most of these rough, stinking thugs take what they want from the prisoners. I chose Ivan because I thought he would bend, but it is worse than I thought. He is a good man. He does not want to be here any more than I. That sentiment holds little weight when he eats well and sleeps with a blanket, but I credit him with a moral compass these others lack. This place sickens him. He knows his part in it, hates what he does. I caught him pushing back when he thought no one was watching to calm his guilt. I told him it was not enough. Showed him how to do more. We worked well together. Planned our escape. But it is too late. I am pregnant. We are damned.
I'm not sure about sexual abuse stories in Soviet camps. One thing Soviet Union had over modern dictatorship like Russia, North Korea, or Iran. I would say 2 things, but well, over Russia they have 2 things. Ideology. Russia doesn't have ideology anymore. And having some ideology, some moral compass is better than absolutely none. As is customary in modern Russian Federation. And the other thing that especially is true for the compared to North Korea or Iran, or women's rights. Soviet Union wasn't super progressive, but they had the basic understanding
It's been
that
weeks since these bastards dragged me from the gulag, from Ivan and my daughter, to this strange vale. They have tasked me with finding some way of counteracting the unusual effects of the pollen that hangs in the air. Now I believe I have a formula that may work. An extract from the seed pods of the plant. The liver of animals that consume the flowers and have metabolized the toxins. A phenothiazine derivative. The last ingredient is a risk. They have it in large quantities around the gulag, where it is used as an insecticide. It may also act as a rudimentary antipsychotic, bearing a chemical similarity to other compounds I have studied. Or it may be poisonous. I will try the mixture on myself tonight.
Okay, I'm back. One of the cats.
I found something. One of the prisoners wrote down a formula that might counteract the effects of the pollen.
It has to be from my grandmother. The witch killed her, and now she's gonna help save Grandpa, just like in one of his stories.
Nadia.
Have faith, Lara. Hop back to the Soviet installation where we met. I'll help you find what you need.
So this is a bit of a Star Wars, right? You killed my father! No, I am your father! Just the woman version. So yeah. Marxism as ideology kind of had like equality and egalitarianism as part of it, despite Karl Marx himself being a racist anti-Semite. And but Soviet Union didn't use Marxism as ideology. They had Marxism Leninism.
Describe what I just saw. I went inside the Wicked Vale looking for Nadia's grandfather, but I barely escaped with my life. It was like a fairy tale, but through a broken, filthy mirror. And Dad, I know intellectually it was all in my mind, but the gunshot is still ringing in my ears. There's something terrible going on in there, and while I don't believe that it is magic, it is extraordinary. I have to find out what's behind all this, but first, I have to find a way to see clearly.
So what I meant about ideology was that having an ideology meant that if they were acting like racist, sexist, bigoted, they had to like justify it. They couldn't just be...
I'm not going back in there without the antidote.
So this is go back. What I want to try, like, I want to do a pause of this and actually find the bear. Because I just noticed that I already returned here, but I haven't refought the bear. I think you can fight him again. I'm not sure. I need to farm bear skins, you know? Return to the Soviet installation to craft an antidote. Okay. So we need to craft an antidote, then we will return and continue the story, right? Like, comment, subscribe, I'll see you later. We'll need to fast travel anyway.